American Werewolf in London is, without question, one of the most interesting werewolf films I've ever seen. With special effects that look so realistic and a general comedy horror mixed in, this is certainly one of the best horror films that came out back in the early 1980s. Directed by John Landis, American Werewolf in London is about a guy who gets infected by a werewolf. In other words, the film opens up with Jack and David, who are traveling the mountains in Russia. When they're attacked by a werewolf, one of them is killed, the other gets infected. And later on in the film, his undead friend tells him that he'll become a werewolf during the next full moon. And from there, what you have is a very interesting film. This film is without question very effective in telling the story that they try to tell here. I certainly enjoyed a lot about this film, and that werewolf transformation film is one of the best scenes I ever saw in a movie like this. In fact, this movie won 2 awards for Best Makeup for the Academy Award. First time a movie's ever done that, and a Saturn Award. So this movie left a lasting legacy to it. This is a cult classic. If you haven't seen it, check it out because it's worth your time. I think what made this film so successful is that it just told a simple story about a guy who was just ordinary, then he ends up becoming a werewolf by the middle of the film. In fact, there's a love story involved here between David and a nurse. And it's simplistic, but it's not enough backstory on that. That's probably one of my complaints I have about this film. Not enough backstory on David here. But you can generally see he's a good guy. He tries to do the right thing. Even though what he should have done is chain himself up before he became a werewolf. There's a few plot holes here in this film. But other than that, this is a general comedy horror film. It mixing the comedy pretty well, though. Even by like today's standards. Long before CGI became an issue in today's movies, this movie did pretty well with practical effects. Just look at, like I said before, the werewolf transformation scene in this film. No further proof than that. In fact, this movie was so influenced that it got Michael Jackson to get one of the people who worked on this film for his Thrill video back in the 80s. That just speaks volumes right there. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. It's just a general cult classic film here. It's last a quite an impression when I first saw this movie a long time ago. In fact, everyone did a pretty good job here. If there's any weak spots, it's that, like I said before, they didn't work on David's backstory enough. But you could generally say he was a good guy, just caught in a bad situation here. And for a while, he didn't want to believe he was going to turn into a werewolf, but that's what happened. In fact, I think this movie was so influential that it led to that remake of The Wolfman that came out quite some years ago. Like I said before, if you haven't ever seen this film, check it out. Because this is one of those rare films that really says a lot about those special effects. I'm still in awe about how they was able to do all this in that film back long before CGI ever became a thing in today's films. And that's my review of A American Werewolf in London. Alright, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you thought about this film. Is it personally one of your favorite films back in the 1980s? You know, when we had these other franchises like Friday 13th or Halloween. And also, what you think about the special effects in this film? I have to say, pretty impressively for this film when at the time it came out, those practical effects are just simply look amazing. And that werewolf transformation scene says a lot about how advanced this film was at the time it came out. Alright, this is Slum Guy 172 saying, peace out.